Okay, how about we get started with law of cosines? Okay, law of cosines is used to find missing sides and angles, just like law of sines. But sometimes you're not given enough information to use law of sines, so we have to use law of cosines. So, take a look. We have 3 different ones you could choose. Notice that cosine A here, this is angle A, that would be going with side A here. And then B, B, C. This should be a little bit bigger C right here, capital C. Okay, so if you're looking for side A, you would use this one. Side B, side C. If you're looking for angle A, you would use this one, angle B, and angle C. So let's give it a try. Okay, for problem 1, we're looking for side B. So we're going to want to use this law of cosines, the middle one. Okay, so our unknown is going to be b squared, and then we're going to plug in AC, and cosine of b. So let's go ahead and label the sides that we have. So this would have to be side C, side A. So let's plug it into the second law of cosines. So we have b squared equals a squared, which is 26 squared, plus c squared, which is 18 squared, minus 2 times a, which is 26, times c, which is 18, times cosine of b, which is 26 degrees. All of that is going to help us find b. So let me put a spot for my answer. Okay, we just have to work it all out. So we're going to use our calculator. Okay, so we have b squared equals, take 26 and square it, that's 676, plus 18 squared, 324, minus, okay, this we can just put the whole thing into the calculator. So you're going to put 2 times 26 times 18 times cosine of 26. Just put the whole thing in there. And you get 841.3. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and simplify the right-hand side. So we have b squared equals, we're going to add 676 and 324, and then we're going to subtract 841.3, and we get 158.7. Well, that's what b squared equals. We want just b. So we have to square root both sides. So we're going to square root 158.7, and that gives us 12.6. So that is the length of b, 12.6. So it's all just a matter of plugging in everything that you have and using a calculator. It's not that bad, right? Let's try another one. Okay, for problem 2, we're going to be looking for an angle this time. So we're looking for angle A, which means we're going to use the first one that has cosine A in it. So we'll be solving for this angle. So to do this one, we need side A, B, and C. And we have all 3 of those. So let's go ahead and label all of our sides. So 15 is our A, 22 is side B, and 28 is side C. Okay, we're going to be looking for angle A. So let's go ahead and put a spot for that. Okay, now we just have to plug everything in and solve for cosine A. And remember, anytime we're looking for an angle, we're going to be using inverses. So keep that in mind. Okay, so we're using the first one, this one. So we have a squared, which is 15 squared, equals b squared, which is 22 squared, plus c squared, which is 28 squared, minus 2 times b, which is 22, times c, which is 28, times cosine of a. Sorry, it's so sloppy. I'm trying to use my finger to do this. Okay, now we go ahead and just work everything out. 15 squared is 225. So I'll do it down here. 225 equals 22 squared is 484 plus 28 squared is 784 minus, now we can't multiply everything together because we don't have cosine A, but we will multiply 2 times 22 times 28, and that gives us 1232 times cosine of A. Now, we're trying to solve for cosine A, so think of that as our variable, as our x. So we need to get x by itself. So we're going to have to get rid of the 484 and the 784. But we can't combine all three of these because this has a cosine A attached to it. So we can only combine these two, and then we'll bring them over. Okay, so we need to add 484 and 784, and that gives us 1268. Bring everything else down. Okay, we're solving for cosine A, so let's get that 1268 to the other side. And that's going to actually give us a negative number, which is fine because we have a negative number attached to cosine A. So we have negative 1043 equals negative 1232 cosine A. Now we want to get cosine A by itself, so we're going to go ahead and divide both sides by negative 1232. Okay, those will cancel. So we have to figure out what is 1043 divided by 1232, and that gives us, I'm going to move over here. Okay, so we have cosine A is equal to 0.85. Now, to find your angle, remember we use inverse cosine. So, cosine inverse of 0.85 equals A. So go ahead and do inverse cosine. Remember that's where you have to push the second key on your calculator for most of us. And then you'll put in the 0.85 and equals. And we end up with angle A equaling 31.8 degrees. So angle A would be 31.8 degrees. It's a lot of work, but hopefully it's not too bad for you. Just take some practice. Okay, hope that you have an awesome day. And I hope you learned something new. Awesome day. See you in class.